Now this is Hollywood Unlocked. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. I'm Jason Lee.
Yeah, it was DJ Damas. Let's get it started.
Okay, and for the first time, we have 5 people in the room. We have June's Diary. So we just go down the list. Just go down the line and introduce yourselves.
What's happening? This is Ashley.
What's happening?
What's up, y'all? This is Cheyenne.
Hey, y'all. My name is Bree.
Hola, I'm Gabby.
What's up, y'all? I'm Crystal.
And they here.
Okay,
We here.
Now that we've done roll call, it reminded me when we were in the lunchroom at the group home. Nobody knew everybody's name, but we all just stood in line and just went down the row. Listen, welcome to the show. This show is, you can say anything you want, however you want. None of you look like you cuss in public, but if you decide to.
Wow.
Do you?
Who got the potty mouth?
Her.
Point her
She
out.
looked like she got it. No?
That's like the least, actually. The very least.
Is it you? Okay, make sure you guys talking to the mic. This is gonna we're gonna it's gonna take a village to get through this conversation because we have 4 mics and 22 people. All right, so I first came to of course I know you from the reality show Chase. It was Chasing Destiny, correct?
Right.
Okay, and that was with one of the Destiny Child girls, Kelly Rowland, Chocolate Queen Kelly Rowland. Okay, so that's where I first saw you. And then subsequent to that, you guys posted a video online where I really got into June's Diaries when you posted a video of you singing the National Negro Anthem Acapella. You were in the locker room, I think.
Yeah.
Where were y'all at?
Luda Day.
Luda
weekend.
Day.
Atlanta, hot Atlanta.
Game. Yeah.
Okay. And so that's where I really saw the talent. And then you guys performed at our award show this past.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, so how was it getting into that reality show? Because that seems like a lot of pressure.
It was.
Well,
Yeah.
it really was a docuseries, to be honest. The way they did it wasn't like, okay, like this is the activity you're doing today and then there's eliminations on Friday. It was like Kelly and Frank going city to city, like scouting real talent, bringing 20 people back to LA and like looking at everybody and being like, okay, they look like they would be a good group. Y'all 3 stand over here, put this together. We want to see what y'all can come up with in 10 minutes. Y'all do X, Y, and Z. Like it was real sourcing of talent rather than a reality show. And you could go home at any time. But right. And honestly, like when we were chosen, we were completely surprised because we were like, we don't know how this is going to work out. Right? But we meshed so well together and like, you know, not to be cocky or anything, like we sounded really good together. So it was just like, okay, like let's see what we're going to do.
So Kelly Rowland, we all know Frank Gatson, who is Frank, as you're talking about, who's standing somewhere over there, who was a part of creating Destiny's Child and just creating the production and all of what we know in En Vogue and other Supergirl groups. So when you all went into the show, did you all know that you were going into a show where they were forming a group? That was basically forming a group, correct?
Yeah, we knew that. Yeah, we knew that.
But did you know it was going to be 5 people or was it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't know how big the group was.
We didn't know anything. Like it could have been 2 to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charlotte.
Why y'all? You sound so country.
I know. And a lot of people ask me if I'm from Texas.
You got
And
a kind of Texas little.
But I grew up on the outskirts of Charlotte, so I think it's a little bit more country than, you know, the city. So
Well, but it's country. I mean,
Charlotte is country.
That's the country.
Charlotte is country.
I've been there one time. It was everybody when you go to Charlotte, the only thing they promote is you got to eat the food.
Yeah.
Good food.
But
Good
the
food,
Good
man.
living.
That's anyway.
Yeah, you fuck
No,
around.
not Trump. What?
That's true.
Did somebody say go Trump?
Trump was everywhere I went when we went to North Carolina. This was before
North
he got
Carolina?
voted. This was before
South
he got
Carolina.
This was before he got voted.
South Carolina or North Carolina?
No, this was before
We
he
went
got
to the
voted.
Rodeum.
Remember? And we
That
like
flea
every
market.
house that we
Jason.
went to, there was a Trump sign.
Jason, I don't know what they talking about.
You lied.
North Carolina. They didn't hold it down.
The South is part of the Bible Belt, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so
I mean, that's definitely Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate looking this way when I'm talking to you.
Had a
It
flag.
doesn't make any sense.
Confederate flag, like selling guns in the Rodeum. What you
Selling
call it?
guns,
The flea
no
market?
teeth. What?
Yeah, no teeth. Like,
but
Well, thank God for the baby.
Right.
Thank you for the baby.
Hey.
For the baby.
He from my city and he putting us on.
wait, so my friend B Simone is in love with the baby. Is it the baby? That's him, right?
Yeah.
He's sexy.
She posts him. She for Halloween she was a bride.
Small, but he's
Saw that.
For Halloween she was a bride and he was her husband.
Really?
But it was a cardboard cutout.
Oh, wow.
I called her. He was laying in the bed with the cardboard cutout was laying in the bed. I said, "You're sick.
That's
you have
deep.
a problem."
That's actually hilarious.
That's deep.
Is there anybody that you all have like an Ion who's a celebrity where you go like, he's cute. I mean, one of you are who's married?
I am.
Okay. So you're not a part of this conversation. Are there any of you who look at some of these rappers?
It's over.
Because she can, or
It's over. You ain't got no crush.
or she'll be divorced.
Ever.
You can't have a crush on nobody when you marry. Can you have a crush when you marry?
I mean, yeah, you can.
After it's already solid, it's like, oh, you got a little crush. It's like, it's never gonna happen.
Exactly, it's a joke.
I'm gonna kill you.
Okay. So do any of you have a crush on anybody in the industry right now who might be watching? Because people watch the show.
Look at her face.
Not really.
I do, but he married, so nah. He's
Oh.
African. His name is Adekunle Gold.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say Michael Blackson.
No.
Philly.
Michael Blackson got fans.
He do.
You just said you got a crush on the baby.
No, I didn't say that. I just said that he was cute. I say he's sexy, but I'm never like, duh, baby. Like, I know part of the song that he did with Meg Thee Stallion, and that's about it.
He be accidentally kicking too many people though. Like
Accidentally.
he stay on Hollywood Unlocked and some shit. All right, so you guys were in the reality show. You met Frank. You met Kelly. No, you met each other, and there were a whole bunch of other girls too.
Yeah.
Were you looking at some of them other girls like, bitch, I would not be in a group with you, and definitely don't want to be in a group with you? Like, did you ever look?
Sure, but that's like that's what everybody does. Everybody, human nature is to not pass judgment, but to figure out where you fit and where you do not fit. So there were definitely girls where you're like, oh, maybe not, but also other girls where you're like, yeah, for sure. Like,
But when you're in a competition like that, when some people are up there, because you're singing in front of each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you like looking at them like she's not gonna make it? Because I would be the person in the competition.
Never based on talent, because everybody who was chosen was talented as shit, and so it was like really, I was terrified. I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing here, first of all. But no, like sometimes based on the way that people acted, you're like, maybe you need to fix your attitude for
Or
this.
her hips too wide, that lace front is slipping,
Damn.
stuff like that.
That's not nice.
There was nobody there who was like busted.
No?
For sure.
Oh, okay. So were you don't set each other up? I mean, I would be in there fucking people's shit up.
Playing for blood?
I'd be putting laxative in the tea.
But that's how you don't make the group, because of that fucked up energy.
Yeah, but they wouldn't catch it. You ain't catch everything.
Yeah, but God catches you, bro.
God ain't at the panel.
The universe catches you, and
God
you
is
never
not
get your
on the
blessings
panel.
because you fucking other
God
people
is
up.
not on the. You ain't never seen America's Top Model and seen God.
You know what? I think the thing that was different about it though was we didn't have any control of who we were in a group with. So it was totally up to them. So I think everybody was just playing nice because you never knew like who you were gonna be in a group with.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, when we first of all, I think she picked Gabby first. And then who she pick second? Me?
I don't know. I got outside.
All I know is
I don't even.
when we all got
was
out
glad.
there, we were looking at each other like, how the hell?
We still didn't know
this
each
gonna
other.
work?
I didn't even know their names, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like, so we still
When
were
you
in
were
a state
in a
where we
group
did-
together.
Yeah. By the time they picked the group, we still really didn't know who each other was. Like, we were still kind of working in the competition, and so like we kind of looked at each other like, well, I guess you're my sister now. Like,
Us three were there, and then they didn't feel like they had enough like to choose from, so they brought in other people, and they were included in the other people.
Yeah.
So
we were looking at them like, okay, like,
Right.
Like me at first.
So when the three of you were there, who was the Michelle?
what? No, we weren't in the group yet, but it was like we were a part of the original 20.
Don't pay him any money.
Nah.
I
We were in the
I
group.
cannot with
All right.
you.
So do you ever look at each other? Because do you ever look at each other in rehearsal and judge who sings the best? Like out of 5 girls, who sings the best?
Me.
you said me.
Bro,
You did.
Well, I said out of the 5 girls. So unless you
Right,
got
we
different type of
didn't.
genitalia, you ain't in this conversation.
Hey, you never know. We all have nipples.
Do you ever?
Talk about Queen.
Who did we talk to about nipples? Was it Wendy Williams? What were you talking about? She was like, if you see a woman's nipples, then there's a problem. Remember? Well, she was talking about being on daytime television, being a woman with big breasts, being a black woman with big breasts, and if you see a nipple, that was the conversation. But anyway, I digress. Do you ever? Is there any competition when you're in a group like this? Is there competition between any of you?
At first there was, I will be honest with you. We were all still trying to figure each other out and see what everybody could do. But I will be honest and say when we first sang together, we were in our hotel room, I think. And we were just like, damn, we sound good. But over time, like we did things purposely to bond, to make sure we got to know each other. Cause I don't know about y'all, but I'm about my bread and this gotta work because I've been doing this for way too long. And we all had that
Amen.
mindset. But we genuinely liked each other. Like we all goofy, we all laughed and had a good time. We got an apartment together for the first time. Like
Wait,
things-
all 5 of you
Yeah.
Yeah.
in one apartment?
It was
Yeah.
it was a 3-bedroom in North Hollywood. Yeah.
I will say this
Man.
though.
It was
I
only
will,
for a month.
That's his own show right there.
Right.
Right.
I will say this though, like over time, it's friendly competition at this point because it's like, damn, how you do that? Okay, show me how you do that. Okay, how you do that? Okay, show me how to do that. So it's like we started, instead of fighting about, oh, that bitch thinks she can, no, like, show me how you do that shit because I want to be dope like that, or I want to do, so we just started pulling from each other, which I think made us way better.
And then we started writing together, so now we're learning each other's writing styles, and so that's like a whole new monster outside of just singing. It's like, well, you know.
Okay, so out of all the women that were on the show, you were the 5 that were selected as June's Diary.
Not the best, the most compatible.
What?
The best, bitch.
The best.
I'm sorry, but everybody there was so talented. I think that everybody there had an equal opportunity to get chosen. That's the like.
Not everybody was
the whole
talented.
point.
Everybody was talented.
so talented. I'm telling you, I was there like a lost fucking puppy. I thought that I was leaving a week in. Like I was not sitting over there like, yeah, I'm the best. Like there's no way. I don't think
There was
that's
no
the right
Jennifer
attitude.
Hudson of the show who got cut and made it, right? I mean, like Jennifer Hudson got cut from American Idol and she went on to do big things.
Kyla B was
Kyla B.
pretty
I
talented. I don't know if
Jennifer
anybody
was so
remembers her.
talented. Tampico was so talented. I think a lot of people, and Jahari was just so beautiful in her spirit. Like
But
there were a lot of people.
But where are they right now?
Ambria?
They're doing music.
They're doing-
Doing music, yeah, they all.
I'm gonna say one of the girls came to our show yesterday, Jahari.
Yeah.
She's a twin.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know her, but I do know you guys, and I like you guys. I think you guys are extremely talented.
Thanks.
I mean, one of my favorite groups of all time is In Vogue. Those women. I mean, I grew to know. I grew to know Dawn, and I mean, they had a lot of issues as a girls group. I mean, in the business, but in terms of performance, production, songs, legacy. I mean, they're one of the greatest groups ever. Are they one of the groups that inspire you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And we met them during the show. Frank brought them in and we did like this little workshop, but Crystal knew Terry from doing Jubilee with her in Vegas far before the show, but they're like our big sisters. Like to say that In Vogue is a mentor to us, like that's crazy. Never would have thought that we would grow up and be able to work with them. And
Was it all the 4 originals that came in the show?
it was 3.
Oh, so it was
3 of them.
it was Cindy,
Rona.
it was Cindy, Terry, and that other girl.
Yeah.
I've never accepted her. I'm just really married to the first 4
She's
girls.
so talented.
She is,
though.
though.
She's
Definitely.
so
But I get. I
talented.
mean, I know what
Rona
you're
is
saying
know.
though. It's like the original.
It's like if Farrah Franklin comes back. You like, girl, what is you doing here?
No,
we've
I'm
accepted.
sorry, Farrah, but Rona is.
But Rona is
she
super,
be on her.
super
She
talented.
can't, and she's very pretty
Yes, she is.
and very tall.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the picture of all 5 of them. They just performed.
I did. I saw
So,
that. I saw
Hopefully,
it.
we will all be at Essence Fest next.
Nice.
We got an offer, but
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you do the show with Kelly Rowland, was there an idea that Kelly would be involved with the group after the success of the show?
Obviously, yeah. You know.
Well, did she tell you that, or what made you believe that she would be involved?
Several.
I
times.
mean, yeah, I think that was the whole premise of the show. Like we were Kelly's group, Kelly and Frank's group.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we definitely expected her to be there.
And then what happened?
Things,
Um,
life.
Yeah, it went left in the sense of probably how long was it? 6 months.
No, I think it was less than that.
No,
Yeah.
6 months.
6 months.
June
Yeah, probably
to
about 6
December.
months. Yeah, I mean, we ended up getting dropped. You know, straight up, we ended up getting dropped from Epic. And then she just kind of went her own way, and we just had to G up and deal with it and keep it moving.
But how did you find out that she was going her own direction? And was this after L.A. Reid left Epic Records?
No, this is before. he
Before,
left.
yeah.
Yeah, it was before he left. She just, people just slowly dissipate. Distance kind of made it obvious.
But did you feel like you were owed maybe a phone call, a sit-down conversation, like let's talk about planning?
Sure.
Because once you step out there on television, you're in the public eye, and you out there, it's just like, you helped us get out here. Why just leave us out here? That's how I would.
Well, I mean, we definitely reach out to her and, just wanted a response to what was going on, because we kind of were just, we felt, like I said earlier, human emotions, we felt abandoned. We were like, okay, so we came on the show, Kelly was involved, like that was super inspiring because Destiny's Child inspired us all. And now she's not here. So, I mean, we wanted an explanation because Frank, rode the whole ride. He was like, I got y'all, whatever. He's still here. He right there with the camera.
Right.
But we had to sit down with her. She was super nice, as she always is. But she just explained that there was just some things that she wanted to explore on her own as an artist. And that was just that. You know, she wanted to do her. And we were like, all right, well, you know, we're going to just spread our wings and do this thing on our own. Like, we had no choice. Yeah, there's no bad blood. People think that she don't like us, or if she don't like us, we don't know it. But if she don't like us or we don't like her, like, there's no love lost. We support her. We love her. We still text her from time to time, check in on her. She still calls every now and again just to say hello. Like, it's no bad blood at all.
It's just like how when mommy and daddy get together and it's time for take your kids to go to college. We in college right now. We taking this little road. Yes.
So what made you all stick together after that? Because it would have been easy to go do your own thing or to go do something different. What made you stick together?
Spirit of the air.
No. But no, shout out to
Physically.
Spirit Airlines did it?
They sponsor us, so we've been
Make
flying.
sure we stay together.
We've been flying free for the past 2 years. So
Yeah.
shout out to
Spirit.
I think more importantly, we all had a common vision, and we had started something, and we was on TV. So we need to just stick it out and see what we can accomplish together. And like I said, we still have Frank. So, and God knows we've done how many tours and how many shows. Like, at this point, we probably 300 shows deep. Yeah. So we just stuck it out because we had a common goal. Like, we trying to make it. Let's just do it however we can do it.
And another thing is, like, we've experienced so many roadblocks, like people not necessarily blacklisting us, but like people who say they'll show up, give us songs, do this, do that, and don't do anything at all.
That's the game.
Yeah, it's the game, it's the industry. And I think that we got everything so fast. Like, we got the record deal, we had a huge budget for our first video shoot, we were on the BET Awards, we aired our first video on the 106 in Park. We were spoiled. But I think that us being dropped and us experiencing this really made us work for this particular success. But a lot of us have been doing this since we were kids.
Yeah.
But one thing that we really do want to say that is it's necessary for girl groups to be out. Like, it's 5 different chicks, different shades, different walks of life from all over the country. And I think we, as Black women, we need this. Because for some reason, nobody wants to take a chance on groups. I don't know what that is, but back in the 90s, early 2000s, all you saw was groups, men and women. And we want to bring that back, not only because, you know, the music was good, but just because we need that unity right now. It's a crazy time.
And so, you wouldn't. I mean, you guys are all better people than me. I do get bitter at times, and I do hold on to grudges. You don't have any ill vibe about anything that went down or whatever between you and Kelly or those people.
I think that you know, it's cliche to say that everything happens for a reason. But a lot of the closeness that we feel now, a lot of the bond that we have created, you know, a lot of that comes out of, I don't want to say abandonment because that sounds terrible, but a lot of that came out of us kind of being on our own, you know, and us having to face each other and go, all right, what the fuck, you know, what are we about to do now? And I think that big question has made us closer. It's made us work harder. It's made us revise our vision. It's made us, you know, discover new things about each other. Like when we first started writing together like a year ago, that probably would have never happened if we weren't on our own, you know what I mean? And we would have just been given songs for the rest of our career, and that's no fun. And then we wouldn't realize how no fun that is until we started writing together, and we're like, hold on, this is where it's at, you know, like this is actually what people are supposed to do. So a lot of the, you know, a lot of what we've shared together over the past few years has come out of us having to, you know, forcibly be on our own. And I think it's a good thing at the end of the day.
When you're in a reality show, is there the process of learning the industry? Because you don't really learn the industry. You're literally just kind of swept into it, right?
Yeah, for sure, just swept into it. I was literally going to school to be a teacher. Like before I auditioned, like the music industry was not a real thing. And still, like we're still learning the business now. So definitely when we first started, I mean, I know that, Ashley and Crystal have been doing it for a while. I know Bree has too. I know, everybody has kind of been doing it for a little bit. So they know like the ins and outs a bit more than me, I guess. But yeah, we were just thrown into it, kind of forced to learn.
So what's the biggest lesson you've learned so far?
Loaded question.
Survival, loyalty.
Respect each other's differences because we are different. That's one of the things that En Vogue told us, that we really had to respect that we are different and we are not going to always be on the same page, but as long as we come to an agreement, that's all that really matters.
Ain't that's the same advice they haven't been able to take though.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But they've been through it.
Because I've sat with Don like, I need y'all to just I need y'all to get this shit together because they became more to us, more to music than they, I think, understand.
But I guess that's why they can get that advice because they've been through it, you know?
Yeah.
And stay out your own way.
Yeah.
Stay out your own way. Frank always tell us that. Stay out your own way because we don't do this just because we just want to do it. This is our voice. This is how we speak to the world. So it's important.
That's amazing. Okay, so you worked with Beyonce.
I have.
So what was that experience like? Because I'm a proud member of the Beehive.
Let me just shout out Frank again, okay? Because this was my very first job in show business. I did the Grammys with Beyonce in 2004.
14.
My first real show business job. 4. Yeah. Wow. My first real show business job. Thank you, Frank. I love you for that. He got me that job. And many more after that. Thank you, girl. We got to fix my hair. But yeah, she's absolutely amazing. Like, I see why she has the success that she has because she's like truly a dope ass person. You know what I mean? Like, I know it can be like, I've heard people say things about her, but my personal experiences with her has always been incredible. She's always complimented me. You know, she looks you in your eyes when you're talking to her. You feel like she your best friend and y'all done known each other forever. She speaks truth. She's encouraging. She's just a dope ass
And her
person,
work
man.
ethic is impeccable.
Oh my God,
She do the
ridiculous.
work.
Like
She
she
do the
works like she still got to pay her rent. And I respect that.
That girl ain't seen rent. I don't know how many years. Because she's doing. I mean, you know, I knew when Frank was with Destiny's Child and Beyonce. I knew her. I knew Frank. I knew Kim Burst. I knew everybody around it, Ty Hunter. But I never ever tried to become their friends to get to her because I've always been like just about building a connection with each individual person for that connection. Because you can have a connection with you to get to you, but if you just a bad person, the connection is bad. Then there's really no value in the whole experience, right?
Yeah, I toured with her in 2010. Frank was also a part of that too. But that's when I got to see the work ethic. Like I watched 54 shows every single night, back to back to back, and that woman gives everything she has.
Was that a lesson that you been able to put into your own work ethic and your own
Absolutely.
business?
Absolutely. I watched her. I wanted to figure out how she pulling all these people in. I'm like, how is she doing this? This is incredible. So I watched it and I studied every single night. It was a classroom.
You should have seen this when we went to her show. We were all like,
You gotta get on the mic.
we were dancing here and there, but when we went to go see her perform, like we were all like just studying, like kids in the classroom, like paying attention.
So I know Frank used to make them perform in heels and all that, you know, reckless shit that now has made them, I mean, they're iconic. You see them doing things that you just don't make sense. Do you guys do choreography like that? Like, are you really into it?
Yeah, we definitely have to wear heels.
Don't come to stage with no sandals on. Make sure you got your shoes on. Make sure that you walk in the stage and making sure you can feel that stage underneath them heels that you putting on. Like it's boot camp every single time we do work. And I think the first time we danced was our first year being asked to do Essence Fest in the Super Lounge. And we did a 45-minute show and danced the whole time. So
I mean, if you've never been in show business before, walk in the room with Frank Gatson for an hour, you walk out a professional. He's incredible.
Yeah, we just we talked to Cash Doll. She said she gets on the treadmill with her heels on. Do y'all go that far with it?
Did she say that?
Yeah, she said she's on the incline on 8 on her high heels.
Really?
I've done it, but it's not a ritual.
Nah.
I don't know where I was when she said that. Was I was probably looking at the clock like, oh, we've been in here for a minute. But it was a great interview though. I remember, let me just tell this Frank story real quick. I don't even know if he remembers. I remember one time Kim Burst had said, come by the studio. We're doing rehearsals for Beyonce doing, what was that BET y'all did? Deja Vu. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go. But I'm going to act like I'm not a big Beyonce fan, but I'm going to go and just be there. But I didn't know she wasn't there. I didn't know they were playing her singing the song for people to rehearse. She had just had the all-new girl band. Everybody in there was comfortable. The girls was playing the drums, this and that, whatever. And they was all having the best time of their life. Frank walked in the room and he I don't know if you remember this, Frank. There was the girl on the saxophone at the time. Her name was Kat. She was a little chunky at the time. Frank walked in and said, okay, fuck all this shit you guys are doing. This is like the next level shit. Like you're really comfortable, but you have to realize the biggest star in the world is about to be sitting right here performing with you. She was eating something. I don't know what she was eating, but she put that in. No, it was the discipline that I feel like is missing nowadays because this Instagram makes anybody say they're a singer. But then you look at like but then the discipline that I think the industry has to give people to really become superstars is missing. And so you guys are lucky to have somebody like Frank to really, instill that experience in you.
Tradition.
The artist development, it don't exist anymore.
At all.
You got 1 million followers, we'll sign you.
Yep. Cool. Let's go.
With being with this guy, he gonna make you work for it. So if you do the work.
When you see a group like Fifth Harmony do it, right? I mean, they're clearly not a group anymore. They're doing their own thing, whatever. But do you feel, because I don't think Fifth Harmony is as talented as you all are, but when you see them get the level of success they have, do you think it's because they're not African American or because what? What is it?
They were on a huge TV show and they were put together like One Direction, and Simon Cowell stuck by their side just like they did with One Direction, and they had a budget and they had, stuff like they just had structure. They had like the necessary things to kind of catapult their careers, and
they had a hit.
It's definitely upsetting.
What was the hit?
I ain't gonna lie.
What were you saying?
It's definitely upsetting.
I love Fifth Harmony though. Lauren
no,
is my girlfriend.
we love him.
But you could be critical without not love.
Come on,
you
Crystal.
can still love somebody and be critical.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you see, but there are also like 1 million people in the world right now who maybe are a little bit more successful, and they maybe aren't as talented, or they're not as pretty, but like all this other stuff. Like we can nitpick all day, but at the end of the day, some people just have the tools necessary to make them get there, and that doesn't mean that you can't get there. It just means that they are in a different chapter in their life.
Well,
and that's
white people have traditionally had more resources than black people, and I will tell you this: people love R&B music when white people are singing it.
Bruh.
Black people created that music. No, black people created that music. You don't have to agree with me. This is Jason talking, and people know I say what the fuck I want to say anyway. But black people created R&B music from Motown, but they will buy Sam Smith and Adele before they buy June's Diary. And I'm just saying, I would be mad about that. You are the voice that people want to hear, so why would you not be given the same level playing field? That's all I'm saying.
Speak to him, Jason.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm asleep.
No, you right. I agree.
That's love.
I just feel like that's why it was important for our award show when you guys came, when they were like, oh, June's Diary, and I had already heard you. I was like, of course, because they are going to embody the spirit of what we're trying to create, and it was our first award show. Now we're going into our second. But I thought when you guys got up there, bringing back the In Vogue sound, singing the Negro National Anthem, which I didn't even know was a part of the event, but it actually was an important part of it because I had just come off of saying that being denied at the MTV Awards on MTV made no sense. So where I can't find a seat, I'll build my own table. So it was great that you guys did that because it really, I thought, brought the theme together.
And let me just say this. Thank you so much for the support. Because we remember when you asked us to sing, I think it was at Cardi B's birthday party a while back. So we've known you've always been a supporter, and we just want to say congrats on all the success. Because we watched you level up each year. So thank you so much for believing in us.
They be still hating on a nigga. They be like, look at Jason.
You ain't got no haters. You ain't doing it right.
Right.
You ain't got no haters. You ain't doing it right.
Haters are confused fans.
They really are. And you know what? When you really live in that and somebody be like, I was walking in New Orleans one day and somebody said, get the fuck out of here. I said, thank you. I mean, my friend thought I was crazy, but I was really saying that's a fan that can't express himself.
Confused.
You better say it.
Confused.
All right, so were all of you must have been raised right because you all just have such self-discipline, at least, on the outside looking in.
Oh yeah, outside for sure.
Look, every time I go outside, I represent my mommy.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, I was in foster care. I didn't have that sentiment.
Oh shit.
No, I worked through it. Don't worry about it.
Look at that.
That's all that matters.
Right.
So what gives you the passion or what gives you the fire to keep fighting every day? Because this is a hard grind, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Me personally, I would say God. Because I've tried to walk away from music several times. I wanted to be a doctor.
First.
I went to UC Berkeley. I got my degree. I did the PR thing. And I've always known that I wanted to sing because I've been singing since I was 12. But for me personally, God keeps leading me in the direction you gonna do this and it's gonna happen because this is exactly where I'm telling you to go. Because I pray a lot, I read the Bible, and when I did X Factor, and I think it was 2014 and my video went viral, I didn't even want to do X Factor. I don't like the contrived TV shows, reality shows. You're gonna sing this and we're gonna talk about the death of your mom and blah blah. I hate it. But I think it was God's way of saying you have a voice, you have a gift, and we all have a gift. And if I'm giving you the platform to use that gift, glorify me in that same right. But along the way, it's going to be some challenges. I'm not just going to give you something. You're going to work for it. And that's exactly what we've been doing these past 3 years. We've been working for it. And I don't like to quit. So at the end of the day, we're going to see this come into fruition. It's going to happen regardless because God is constantly telling us this is what y'all meant to do.
So you've done reality TV. I guess that's reality. Is that reality TV,
Yeah.
a competition show? Would you go back and do it again? Whether it's June's Diary and the show about you, whether it's not a competition show, but I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would you?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be like the voice, because we got offered to do some show on CBS one time. It was like, nah. But we would definitely do another.
Something that
Yes,
covers
we're
us
definitely
for
doing.
sure, because we're hilarious. We are. Like, no, we are. Like, I'm not saying that I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, there's no way. But sometimes when we interact with each other, like, we're fucking funny, and it's just that's the way that it is because we vibe. Anybody who vibes, like, they're funny. We just are.
Okay, so what about Love and Hip Hop? You can do that
Hey,
show.
No.
yeah.
If it's right, shit.
I would
Talk about it, Chris.
Why? Love and Hip Hop is a great platform.
No, it's I don't know, whatever. I'm not gonna be mean because people make their bread, they do what they do, but that's not my scene.
Yeah, it works for me. I get to go there and just fuck with everybody
Yeah.
every day. You know,
Do that.
Listen.
it works
that.
for me. All right, so look, I wanted people to be able to hear you sing something a cappella. Can you do that just on cue? Can you just go? Okay, what can y'all sing?
So we're going to do In Vogue because, you know,
Okay.
you love them. We love them.
I love them.
The world loves them. When I had you, I treated you bad and wrong, my dear. But since you went away, don't you know I sit around with my head hanging down, and I wonder who's loving you.
That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I ain't got none of that talent. I can't sing anything.
Yeah, but you're a good public speaker.
You definitely are.
Oh yeah, I'm about to get my public speaker on. So do you guys ever I would just walk into karaoke's and kill somebody. Because back in the day, we used to have a karaoke on Sunset Boulevard where all the celebrities would come to and just pop out, and it'd be a show. Do you ever just pop up? No, it was at I forgot the name of the place. But it was just a pop-in spot we used to go to on Monday nights. Do you guys ever pop up and surprise fans? Because I would be amazed if some people.
Done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it last night, yeah.
Yeah, and we did the study. When was that? Like 2 months ago? Yeah. Popped up.
Oh, why I didn't get a call about that?
We just did. It was spur of the moment. Y'all want to go to the study? Let's go. And it's June's Diary is here. Y'all hop on stage and do something. It was like that.
Oh, nice. Okay. So what's next for you guys? I mean, you have new music now, right? Yeah. What's the name of the music? Tell people about it.
The name of the double release is called Take Your Time, because that's one thing that we do pride ourselves on is taking our time. We're not just going to put stuff out there just for the sake of releasing content. But 2 of the songs are called Stuntin' and I Ain't With It. So we're just trying to get together as much as possible and do music. We all live in different places. We all work. We got jobs. So we have to be realistic about what we can do and what we can provide. So the next time we'll probably get together will be in November at the end of the month when Gabby gets back from like Europe, or I think you're going to Europe and Africa. Yeah. But we just released a double release, but we did a video yesterday
Nice.
for one of the songs. So just trying to work and stay consistent as much as possible, but be real. We need money. We doing this independently. So
No, but what I respect about that, there's no shame in like when I first started Hollywood Unlocked, I remember I didn't have a job before it. Right before it, I had my own companies and I was making a lot of money doing things I wasn't really passionate about. Right. But it was paying the bills and we were making so much money. What do you just So when I decided I wanted to do Hollywood Unlocked, I was like, yo, I'm about to downgrade my whole lifestyle. I'm about to give my ex the BMW, all the furniture, the penthouse. I'm gonna go get a studio apartment, a Challenger, and I'm gonna thug this shit out. And I remember the first day I was like, damn, like everybody know I live in the big penthouse. Everybody know I drive this car. Everybody know I got all this money. It was making like 10 grand a day. But in order to, I had to sacrifice to follow my passion because I knew the investment in that was, in the long run, was going to give me what I wanted. I went and got me a day job. I was a director of a community organization teaching Mexican families who didn't speak English how to advocate for their kids in school. But people were like, yo, you went and got a job. And I remember the first day, the first time that somebody said it to me, I probably felt shame for like 2 minutes. I was like, nigga, I got to eat. I got to comb my hair. I got to pay for rent.
Exactly.
And that went away because it was a means of survival while I poured into my hustle. Does that make sense?
It feels better when you have to work for it. Like when we were signed, it was great. Like don't get me wrong. Like we had money. Like we had an apartment. Like we were together. We were here in LA. It was great. But like now, us like writing our first song together and us coming up with ideas for the video and getting our people together who love us to shoot a video. Yeah, like it means so much more. So I get what you mean. Like you don't feel ashamed about having to have a day job or having to work because it feels. It's just more gratifying, like when you do accomplish things, like shooting a music video, like.
Right.
Well, and the testament of not giving up and showing people that God or whatever higher energy you believe in has more destiny for you than giving up on yourself, right? And the fact that you're not mad at anybody. I would be looking for L.A. Reid's car just to swipe it.
We wouldn't be human if we didn't say that we weren't mad. It was just like, damn.
But that's okay.
We thought that we was gonna take off. Yeah, it was disappointing.
Look how God worked. Then he got kicked out of Epic. That was epic, wasn't it? Anyway. Listen, I'm a fan of June's Diary. I support you. You know, anything we could do to help you and anything we do, we will definitely include you and, you know, have you a part of our movement.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say to people before you get out of here?
We said a lot.
Yeah.
Just go get the music, okay? Don't stream it. Buy it. Thank you. Because the streams, we don't see it until we hit, what, 1 billion, 1 million? We ain't there yet on some of the songs. We hit that with what, all of us and Lance, they got 1 million, but we just now starting to see money from that. So go buy it. Don't stream it. Thank you.
Yeah, we have a lot of footage that people haven't seen behind the scenes, real everyday stuff, our personality. We even got some arguments on film. Yeah, but we've been shopping a docuseries, what you said, last 2 years. Yeah, last 2 years. Just a follow-up story to Chasing Destiny and what that was. So, you know. We'll see what happens with it.
I saw Vivian with you guys yesterday. Vivian was my EP on my first season of Love and Hip Hop.
Love her.
It was.
Love her.
Did you see her yesterday?
Her and Paul. Yeah, I saw them.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I saw them. Her and Paul yesterday. They were my EPs. You know? That was the most electrifying TV I've ever done. Didn't do that anymore, but you know, God bless them. They were great.
She's incredible though.
No, she is. She'll definitely. What I love about her, she's gonna tell you the truth. You know, and in this industry, a lot of people won't tell you what you got coming ahead of you. She gave me heads up. I still acted a damn fool on TV though. Well, listen, congratulations on everything. We'll make sure we buy the album, so we're supporting it.
And follow us.
Okay, we do follow June's Diary, don't we? Yeah, we follow
The people.
Oh yeah. Definitely follow it.
At June's Diary for everything.
I be forgetting there's a lot of people listening right now.
He said I do follow you.
Follow them and follow me too. All right, well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
and
you.
anytime you're in LA, look us up.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. We out here. Peace.
Bye.